Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling Wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
The timing can't be a coincidence. The gods must be behind this.
I bet they are. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
I hope my companion quests aren't impacted by this. Prepare for Weishaupt. It looks like they're not impacted. Doesn't look there's any like failed quests. Is there? What is that? Oh, I don't remember getting that quest. Let's do some housekeeping.
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad. Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels. Fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance. How would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
Where or who did you get his body from?
There was no single donor. The arms were recovered from a charnel pit. The ribs were a gift from a dear friend. And Manfred's wisp picked out his own skull from some donations. That was quite the day. He's been fine company during my necropolis excursions ever since.
Yeah.
What does Manfred understand exactly?
Simple things, but he grows. Spirits of curiosity are voracious learners. The more he experiences, the more sophisticated his conclusions. With guidance, of course.
If I say, good to meet you, will he get that?
Manfred's alert to the sentiment, certainly. I encountered him as a wisp in the necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, are undead inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return?
Are undead inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return? I mean, can't really... I don't know.
I can't answer that. Can you?
I've come to believe there is a return. I swear I could see it sometimes, Rook. A glint of recognition of something more in the dead.
Hey, that's my sleeve. Are you trying to steal my buttons?
Did they not want to animate
as a
that?
certain mischievousness. Manfred.
That was awkward. Damn. Were these stairs always in here? I don't think so.
Thank you for all your help arranging things, Manfred. Yes.
What is this? Oh yeah, they gave me this.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evenuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
A dread wolf?
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dread Wolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods? Well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
It's not every day you witness the start of a religion. I wonder if they're all this disappointing.
I don't
I
like
wish
them
they were
sitting
monsters.
like that.
Something grand and terrible. Seeing them like that, they're no better than Tevinter nobles.
But no worse, either. They were people. And people can let you down.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elganon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regret. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
That was interesting.
I wonder if there's anything on Kalsha Rock in here.
The ancient dwarves?
I figured if anyone would have a book like that, it would be Solus.
He probably wrote it. The memoirs now.
Ancient memoirs. They must show a different world.
They show how people think, what they tell and what they don't. And that hasn't changed much at all.
He has a quest, so I don't want to deal with it right now. Let's see, any clothes? That looks ugly. That looks ugly. That looks ugly. Just sitting in a corner like a weirdo.
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. I'd like to show you its more peaceful side.
So before I do anything with Weishaupt, I'll start doing all these companion stuff.
I cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
What can you say?
I cannot say.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see.
Rook, you're here. And I did. Sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
You simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that. It's kind of mean.
Just insult it right back. Assuming you know how to insult a spirit?
I've never thought about it. How would you do that? Emmerich might know. That is an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions, worded in specific ways. So, if you're powerful, like almost God-level powerful, how would you talk to someone you see as lesser?
Really condescendingly, based on experience so far.
Right! You wouldn't ask questions, you'd tell them what to do, so let's try that. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenan, a steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me, and to him I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
I cannot say.
Good point. That was us.
What do you mean by that was us?
The Dalish call them that. Forgotten Ones, I mean. I don't know what they were before. You weren't supposed to speak their names or else they'd come for you. Remember the nursery rhymes? You know, unlike the upstanding Gillenane or Elgernon. So who knows what they really were? The Forgotten Ones. They used to say Solus was one, so best case scenario like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Could be, but still important and invaluable. Everything Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know. If I can get it to tell me.
Archive, tell me about the Dreadwolf.
An ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price. When Anaris dispatches the Evanuris, he will spare a thought for Fen'Harel.
Archive, tell me about the Evanuris.
A group of cowards, hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending, but Anaris will prevail.
Have fun with the condescending spirit.
I'll try. Could be worse, I guess.
Worse, like the wound of betrayal Lord Anaris suffered. Soon he will cast down the oppressors and take his rightful place.
What a shame I can't stay longer. Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaperate didn't like me asking about Shaper Valta. Or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
Who cares what they say? That shouldn't stop you.
I don't have a choice. At least I know I'm not gonna find answers in Orzammar.
So, what now?
I was thinking, the voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Eh?
There is another great Tig, the original capital of the dwarves, Kalsharak. It was lost during the First Blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're close to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
I'm curious about Kalsharak's isolation.
Did we visit that?
The
20
dwarves
years
took
ago
heavy
would have been
losses
one of the
during the
games,
First
right?
Blight. To stop the Darkspawn from overrunning them, they closed off passages in the deep roads. Those that could retreated to Orzammar. Kalsharak was lost. They abandoned the city and its people, sealed them away with the Darkspawn.
There must have been another way. What they did was monstrous.
Can you imagine being trapped, knowing death was coming?
But they didn't die. The rumors...
That the dwarves of Kalsharak had to change to survive? No one's really sure what that means exactly.
When we find them, you can ask. Are you sure Orzammar isn't hiding something?
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important. If Kalsharak doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
How do we get in touch with these Kalsharak dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
We're gonna visit the deep roads because I kind of miss like the design of like the Tigs. Destination deep roads. Just how much are we gonna explore though?
Carving monsters, huh? Didn't figure you for an artist.
This? It's by necessity. If you know your enemy, their weak spots, maybe you live another day.
Well, when the army of miniature monsters invade, we'll know how to beat them.
Size is nothing. A Rygar can ruin your day with one bite. The poison swells your brain.
Ah, that could explain Solus.
Standard bestiaries are always some mage drawing things they've never seen, taking the piss out of it. They don't understand how when the hunt ends and you come nose to nose with an ogre, someone's going to die. So I'm making the real Monster Hunter manual.
Who you doing it for?
Balmor, that imbecile in Teventer, lecturing on things he doesn't know about. And Ludric over in Rivain thinks taking a rock wraith down with a lucky shot makes him a champion.
What do you care? Jealous?
Of course not. I just think the experts should have some actual expertise. Tosh could learn a thing or two.
Ooh, ouch.
I get it. She knows dragons. But what about fighting a Sylvan or a Dartmonger? Don't tell me I'm using the wrong blade.
I like your passion.
If you're going to do something, be the best at it.
Is that just for work, or...?
In all things.
Noted. So, where's the Gloomhowler in all this?
Can't carve it till I know what it is. You want a piece of the Howler boy?
Is he ready?
Was I ready the first time I fought a Hurlock?
Well, you're still alive.
I got my ass handed to me. Broke 4 ribs and cracked my jaw. Then I got back up and drove a blade through its skull. In this line of work, Assan and I are only as strong as the quarry we hunt.
Makes sense. He'll learn to fight by fighting.
I don't know another way. Out there in the world, you sink or swim.
Can a half lion, half eagle swim?
Don't know. Assan?
Which half was that?
Search me. Both halves share the same stomach.
Right. I'll see you around.
Is that why you carved a nug? Multiple nugs? Multiple bears?
Nev, settling back in.
More or less. Lots to catch up on, but when isn't there? I'm ready to get back to work. If we could skip the personal catch-up. Not the day for it.
Take all the time you need.
Hello, Assan.
So, Lucanus, you're an Antivan crow.
Yes.
Do all crows have demons in them?
What? No.
It's fine if they do. I'm Rivani. Our seers let spirits possess them for ceremonies.
Well, Antivan crows don't. Spite was put into me by the Venatori.
Oh. That's messed up.
That's messed up. Didn't she? That's like her go-to response to anything. Ooh. Why do I have that? What gave me that? Oh. That looks weird. It's a little too bright. What does it look like when I'm walking around? No. I don't know. It's too monotone for me. So I'm gonna do a bunch of side content this episode. Just not sure where to start. So I messed up on Nev, mainly because I completely forgot I even had a mission for her. Okay, this says regrets of the Dreadwall. Did I not? It says view a memory in the Lighthouse. Did I? Oh, here's another one.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurists seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanurists and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
The voice for young Mythal kinda sounds like Claudia Black, but I don't think it is. It might just be a decent impression.
Did Mythal call Solus love in that memory?
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they express things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Nah, they were doing it.
Oh, they were absolutely doing it.
Being with someone you're rebelling against? Doesn't sound like Solus.
He also met her in secret and talked about how they could run off together.
It sounded so tragic and romantic.
Oh, wait. Never mind. That does sound like him.
So the Dreadwolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting. but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
The Blight's one of the only things that really scares Solus. He came to Mythal afraid.
And she took it seriously, too.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, he met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon.
Nice.
The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Okay, sorry, point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
So there's the shame Solus wanted to erase. He blames himself for Mythal's murder.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long, and then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
We have another one? I guess we do. I didn't realize we had so many. Is this the recent one? Probably not.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power!
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight.
I mean, what
We've
they were
seen how
doing
bad
would have
Elganon and Gillinan
destroyed
are.
their culture
Imagine
too,
all
wouldn't it?
7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
I think this memory's one we understand, at least. What he did makes sense. Him regretting it also makes sense.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlathan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
No, please go
You're asking if we
deeper.
just disprove the entire
Please, this is
Andrastian
so
faith.
interesting.
Did we?
I want this to go so much deeper because I don't know if Inquisition really ever questioned it. Really, I don't know. It's been so long since I played it. But like in Origins, you're kinda the way the Chant of Light or the Chantry is proposed is it's basically the equivalent of any religion in the modern world, at least. These are all beliefs, but the Chant of Light isn't objective, and the only time I think we ever get to learn of how objective it really is, to a point, it's not like 100% true, is that Corypheus is one of the Magisters. So we do know that Magisters did break into the Black City and corrupt it, or the Golden City and turn it black or whatever. I just hope we actually go deeper into this, especially since this is a random little story bit that is optional. Leads me to believe that this isn't going to be touched upon more.
The Maker was never my faith, Lace, but I don't think you have to give it up.
But what they taught us was just wrong. What if the Maker just doesn't exist?
No,
The
please
Chant
go
of Light
deeper.
might be wrong, but it's been made and changed by people over 1,000 years.
There was a whole verse about an elf named Shartan, and the Chantry just cut it out.
So maybe the Golden City was meant as a metaphor, or maybe it was added because of politics. That might change the history, but it doesn't have to change your whole faith.
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same
just-
thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The Elven Gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
What I was gonna say, and like I've already said it before, I just really don't like how automated Rook is. They just start saying things. Like, even if I was going to choose to say it myself, I want the choice. I don't want Rook to just... It's just kinda, I choose a dialogue and then Rook just says anything and everything, regardless of if I want to or not.
You have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, this talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus. To withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
Have we seen young Mythal? I assume not. I assume if they were ever going to depict her, it'd just be Morrigan.
This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but... What?
We hid the truth for as long as we could, but... yeah. Balara Davrin and I have secretly been spirits this whole time.
Not funny.
I don't know. Sounds like something a rage demon would say.
You're going to confuse Tosh.
What? I wasn't listening. There weren't any dragons in this one.
To be clear, this memory only shows that the first elves originated from spirits. You three are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
The entire idea is preposterous. Who would even believe us?
It does seem outlandish when taken out of context, I admit.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one will believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No
What is
shouting
wrong with
from
my
the
arms?
rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
So, did he start
Well,
off
his
as a
name
spirit?
is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
Lyrium is the blood of the Titans.
The Titans would have felt it as an attack. They defended themselves.
The first memory we saw with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the elves.
Lace, I'm so sorry.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mythal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented, if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
And is that it? Guess that's it for now. There's one more over there. Or two more. Can I view these again? No? Okay. So... let's spend time with Davrin. What level am I with the Dalish now? And Morrigan still has not moved her ass.
Bits and bobs for just the right price.
I have a cape. Why is it telling me I unlocked the shortcut? Where is it? It's like right there. Somewhere. Or it's right there. Oh. That was pretty easy to miss. What the hell is this? I don't know if I learned what this does. So that's it. Just look at the back. I don't need that. Notes on a mysterious substance. I've begun my test in earnest of the substance Atrahel brought back. To properly test its efficacy, I thought it prudent to see what effect it might have on another. Given his position, I of course chose Atrahel. He is unwitting, of course, as has always been the case with him. Impressively, despite its anti-magic properties, it seems to have filled Atrahel with renewed vim and vigor. How curious, I will continue to monitor him to record whether the change is permanent, but regardless, it is quite promising to see such profound results at such an early stage. I don't think I've seen the name Atrahel. Davern wants to take Assan on an outing to stretch his wings.
Let's get going. I've been thinking. Lancet and Remy used special food to train the griffins. Said it was the fastest way to start a bond.
Right. The, what do you call it? Turlum?
That's it. And gingerwort truffles were the griffins' favorite treats. They grow around ruins. We're going to teach Assan how to find some.
So is this how we get in there? Through his quest?
How did you end up with the Grey Wardens?
Grew up in a Dalish clan. I'd hear all these stories about things that happened thousands of years ago.
We do like our history.
Except I wanted to make history. Didn't fit in. Got bored, so I went looking for adventure.
That must have gone over well with the clan.
They felt like I rejected them.
Did you?
Yeah, I suppose. Clan life wasn't for me. I had to get away.
So then what happened? You're out in the world looking for adventure?
Got my ass kicked. Went broke. I couldn't go crawling back to my clan a failure. Doubt they'd take me back. It forced me to figure out what I was good at. Always had a knack for hunting.
Lost in time. I thought the rift had taken me to another part of the forest, but I was wrong. I am lost not in space, but in time. Following the river to find my way, I came across the crooked willow, several meters away from the bank. Did you know the river had moved? I'll make my way to Demeter's Crossing. Perhaps there is already a settlement there, and someone who can help. Marin. The forest toys with us. I found this in a leather pouch buried beneath the willow 2 days after Marin went missing. The pouch was a gift. It was new. Now the strings are crumbling. This is his writing, put on aged deerskin. Manashira Lethalan, I hope you found your way. Arlathan. Arlathan sounds familiar. Let me search something up. Okay, so Arlathan is not who I thought they were. They're a new character from Veilguard. I thought I remembered the name from somewhere older. From some older game. Will Arlathan ever get speaking lions again? What the hell is that? Oh, I guess it's for the quest. That's a bit dumb. Couldn't figure out another way to freaking block it off. They just have stone. It's not even like a boulder. It's a building in a way. hell's going on here? Now there's a Luvian in the center. I didn't realize that was gonna be a drop. Guess I'll explore sparingly, since it seems like things are blocked off. What was that? Something gonna fight me up here?
That's not a truffle. That's a nug. You'll get fleas.
At least he's having fun.
Truth is, purrs when you scratch him. Maybe we can speed things up by helping him. Let's search the bushes. Look around for truffles.
I don't even know what this look like.
Ow! That was a thorn?
Keep looking.
Somebody's about to attack us.
Nug droppings. Ugh.
The Nugs pretty much own Arlathan Forest.
Nope. This is harder than it looks.
It's fleas, isn't it? What'd I tell you?
Actually, I think it's a truffle.
Huh.
Maybe the Nugs like truffles. Could Assan know that if you follow them, you might find truffles?
Are you really that smart, boy?
Seems pretty clever to me.
If only you'd be clever enough to listen.
Well, you're still getting to know each other. Remember, Turlum. Remy was probably right. Remember how she said he needed a lighter touch?
If I go soft on him, the world would chew him up.
Let's give you both a chance and see if he can find any more of these.
How?
Find some nugs, see what happens. So how did you go from hunter to slayer of monsters?
Uncle Eldrin. An old elf I knew growing up. When I was a kid, I'd hunt just about anything. Rabbits, deer, fox. Eldrin gave that purpose. Taught me the way of 3 trees.
Way of the arrow, way of the bow, way of the wood.
Eldrin taught me to hunt the unnatural so the natural can thrive. Be a force for good. Besides, it was either that or starve. Monsters paid good coin.
But why become a Grey Warden? If you were making money on your own...
I didn't leave my clan to get rich. Had to prove it was all worth something. I needed a cause.
There must be easier causes than fighting Darkspawn all your life.
Darkness is a sparring partner. The greater the shadow you confront, the stronger you are for winning.
Till you meet one you can't beat.
Haven't yet.
If I come back to this area and these clearly out of place, like it's even clipping into the branch there. No, it's not. Okay, thought it was. But still, that's clearly just blocking that. It looks so dumb. Could they not have just removed it? Unless the whole, like, I guess if they removed it, then I don't know. It just, I guess. I guess if you removed it, then players wouldn't have seen it, and they wouldn't have a reason to backtrack. But I feel like you should have just made it solvable then. Then I guess the class would have got to increase by like an hour. Oh. I wasn't paying attention.
I think Assan's got something. Why don't you take a look? I'll be damned. Follow the nugs.
Like I said, he's a clever one.
Might make a tracker out of you yet. Hungry? What? It's gingerwort. Eat it.
Remember, light touch.
I mean, it's dessert fit for a prince. See?
He'll be fine. He just
My
has a
clothes
strong
are freaking
spirit.
out.
Let him grow into it.
Might not have time for that. With Lancet and Remy gone, if something happens to me, he'll have to stand on his own.
So don't let anything happen to you.
I'm a Grey Warden. Death's around every corner. Not that I don't enjoy punching it squarely in the face.
I don't think I'm that interested in Davrin.
2 or 3 times, just to be sure.
Mm-hmm. But you can't beat back death forever. Okay, boy. That's enough for one day.
But he's having fun.
He overeats, and you'll find out how fun griffin puke is.
Assan, you heard him. Let's go.
Can we go straight to that chest that's in the background? Please. Okay. Davrin has finally found a food Assan enjoys eating, gingerwort truffles. In hunting for the elusive treat, Davrin gained new understanding of Assan's intelligence, and both Warden and Griffin bonded a little more during their excursion.
That's incredible.
That's one word for it. Where's all that water coming from?
Got me. The Fade? Or... I don't know. But it sure looks cool. Views like this are why I became a Veil Jumper.
I don't even know why I became a Veil Jumper, and I chose to be a Veil Jumper. Now, when I say I want this game to have origins, I don't mean that I want the game to be exactly like Dragon Age Origins. I just want a little backstory that I myself experience and control in some way, and I just die. Because having Verico, like, this is why I hired you in the first place. It's like, you did? This, I guess. It'd be like if in Dragon Age 2, you didn't have the interaction between Varric and Hog at the beginning. They were just friends already. Like if Hawk already knew about the expedition, already knew Varric, already knew the brother.
See that? Bad guys.
What's happening? Where is it? Oh.
Harding, is it true you can control rock snap?
Control? That's funny. I'm still trying not to drop things on my own feet. And I still don't know why this happened.
Best not to question yet.
Is it though? A gift?
You saved someone's life.
I know. I just wonder what's next.
That was like 25 hours ago. Bong bong. There's so much more here.
Not to pry, Harding, but I hear you're hearing things. Voices.
Well, it's just one voice, really.
Join the club. Grey Wardens hear weird things when an archdemon shows up.
What's that like?
A fever dream? Muddy. Dark. Can't quite grasp it, but something's talking to you.
My voice says I should seek her out.
I don't see you have a choice. Best way to come to terms with it is to face it.
Thanks.
Oh, wait. Maybe I use this somewhere? Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. I thought I was on the wrong side. Or... I was? On the wrong side?
Look at that.
There we go. Are you a boss? What are you?
They asked for it.
What the fuck? Oh my god, dude, okay. It's so bright I can't really see the thing right.
Over on your right.
Okay, well I can't use my ability because it just keeps... How am I supposed to, like, I can't use my thing because it just keeps...
Finish it.
Like, I can't use my thing because it just keeps staggering me for no reason. Ooh, what's that? Iron Veil. When an enemy dies, it spawns an apparition that attacks nearby enemies, dealing necrotic damage. It's not really that useful for me, I think. I'm not going for like a necrotic build, I'm doing like lightning and fire. I kind of regret not reading these mementos, but it's too late. I'm not gonna go back and start reading everything. I didn't even realize I could read them up until like, I don't know, a couple of episodes ago. What's this?
They interrupt, as predicted.
That sounds like Varric, or at least his voice actor. I'm assuming it's Varric.
What was that?
Learn, adapt, triumph.
Okay, I don't know. Tainted woods. Okay, so they're not avoiding the word taint. At least whoever wrote that didn't avoid it. It's just weird that like I mean it's been a long time, but like I don't believe the older games avoided the word taint so much. Especially not Origins. Like I don't know if after Origins they just started only saying blight.
Leave it to me.
A pit of darkspawn. Let's clear him out.
Fight this thing first. Level 25.
On your guard.
Whatever you say.
As you say.
They're aiming for us.
What is aiming for us? His head? His forehead's just shooting at me for no reason.
Tell your gods we won't stop.
Well, that's a relief.
More essence.
What loot did you have for me? Oh. I guess the K physics are a little lacking. Further notes on a mystery substance. From a scroll found in the ruins, translated from Elven by Balera. I fear something terrible has happened with Atrahel, though no fault of my own, of course. His strength continues unabated, but he has changed. He is different now, sharper, yet he speaks less than ever. I cannot properly describe it, but when he does speak, I hear the voice of another presence joined with his. I fear confronting Atrahel, but the strength the substance has granted him may surpass even my own. But I cannot countenance a threat such as he has become. I must consider my options carefully. Well, it doesn't look like I can interact with this. Using electric ability applies shock to you. When you are hit while shocked, remove the effect and deal 300 electricity damage to all nearby enemies.
Harding, how bad was Demeter's crossing?
I've seen plenty of blight before, but nothing like that.
Is it true about the mayor?
I don't know what happened. It's like the gods are tempting him, seeing how weak people can be.
Well,
How
they
was
got
that?
their answer. And he got what he deserved.
Nev wasn't so sure.
Well, I am. Rook was right to leave him out there.
Should have left Nev too. Currently inaccessible. It's kind of annoying how they couldn't find a more creative way of blocking off routes. Just went the animist direction of just putting a white barrier in my way with no explanation.
Another of those Fen Harel altars.
Darkspawn. We'll keep an eye out for more.
How about you shut up?
Rook, I need your help.
I don't know who you are.
Can you help? There are veil jumpers in the forest who have been gone too long. They were searching for relics. With the recent troubles, they could use a protective escort to bring those relics back to camp.
I'll start the search.
And I'll stay here, in case someone shows up.
I get that I'm doing a lot of side content, but the pacing of this game sucks. I am 35 hours in, maybe 40, and we are not progressing the story at all. And it doesn't, and all this side content is a little unfulfilling. Like, surely 40 hours into Dragon Age 2 something had happened. And definitely 40 hours into Dragon Age Origins something was happening.
There it is. That's the Veil Jumper camp. Watch out.
What the hell just happened to him?
That relic just went off. What happened to that Veil Jumper? He was right here. Oh, this isn't good. We need to find him.
Huh? Well, what do you want me to do about that? You want me to go all the way over there? Because clearly that's where I'm supposed to go. What the hell is this? No.
One of those magical relics the Veil Jumpers were dealing with must be nearby.
So let me just jump into these until I find him?
Spatial anomaly. We can't reach that Veil Jumper unless we find some way around it. One relic down. More to go.
Oh.
Hard to believe these things are causing so much trouble.
I think I may have said it before, or at least specifically about ancient elven stuff, but like all this modern elven stuff does not, like the designs overall just don't feel consistent. Everything to me, a lot of stuff anyways, feels very dwarven. At least if you compare the designs to something in like Orzammar, a lot of stuff into Vinter feels the same. And then a lot of this Dalish stuff does not feel like... Now, like you don't have the same like leather armor you saw in Dragon Age Origins, which is fine. But then like a lot of the designs, especially on like something like the ancient elven armor, which is completely lost, it looks completely different in this game. I don't care about you. Who are you?
You saved me. I'm saved. I'm alive. I was working on the relic and then everything went dark and quiet. It felt like nothing and nowhere. I'll catch my breath and make my own way back to camp.
There are others missing. We'll continue searching for them.
You son of a bitch. You want me to run around looking for these dickheads? Okay.
Looks like another relic.
Griffin, use dig. Huh?
Get out of there!
One of you just shoved into the wall. Elio, I hope you find this. I fear something may have happened. Something did happen to you.
Irabelas, Lethalin. Enasalenast. I found most of your friends, but one didn't make it. I'm sorry.
Small things like my character saying,
We all know
I'm
the
sorry.
risks.
I wish, like, I
But
could
it's
just
still difficult when
choose.
someone gets hurt. There's one last relic out there we never found. If you come across it, be careful.
The nuance
I think
of,
someone's
like,
meddling with the
being, like, a
magic in
dickhead versus
I'll
not.
try to be safe.
It's small. It's unnecessary. But it just makes the gameplay a lot better. Or a lot more immersive. To the lighthouse just to see. You tell me there's another quest, I just got home. Rook, the Vault Overseer makes sure someone always has an eye on the relics you helped us bring back. He gives me a dirty look whenever I try to get close. He even hissed at me one time. I suppose we can't take the risk. Someone definitely did something to make them even more dangerous. I'm not sure who they are or why they did it. An enemy of the Veil Jumpers? Someone dedicated to the chaos? Either way, a lot more of us would be dead if you hadn't come along when you did. So thank you. It's just hilarious how his note said, I fear something may have happened to me. Just covered in rocks.
I bet Shathan would love this library.
Who's Shathan? On the mother?
Too messy. Wait. She would have had fun organizing it.
If your mom doesn't die, I don't see the point in introducing that character. I just want the character to have some sort of importance, other than just being Lemeth Light.
It looks like our boy Assan is feeling his oats. Or whatever griffins feel.
He's getting the hang of it. When he listens.
He seems to be able to handle himself so far.
You got lucky the Gloomhowler didn't tear you to pieces, boy. You wait for my command. We attack together. Then we can kill stuff like that.
Well, at least he's learning.
The instincts kick in. Griffins see darkspawn and it's a fight to the death. Like wolves hunting deer. Just need to corral it.
Sounds like the perfect soldier. And he even flies.
Aerial cavalry. A full-grown griffin is a force of nature. Every muscle in him, every talon, every feather, honed into a killing machine. Assan's ancestors took on archdemons.
Like his name says, he's an arrow.
Half lion, half eagle, with the instincts of both, griffins will always be hunters.
Just like his daddy Davrin.
I suppose we are our nature.
Not sure about that?
Most of my life I've hunted the darker things in the world. But caring for a griffin? What do I know about that? Yet here I am.
That's not so bad, is it?
Not the path I expected. Makes me wonder about Assan, his brothers and sisters, still young, pure.
You're worried?
I'm responsible for the future of every griffin alive. I want it to be a good one. These animals live to fight, but I wonder if there's another path for them.
I don't know. I don't think it's this deep. I don't know, give him time. I don't freaking know, man. I don't know what you want me to say.
Assan's just a kid. Let him test the waters, see what shakes loose.
You mean like a parent?
Yeah.
Parents. A scary word. I'm supposed to be his bodyguard.
What do you think you've been doing this whole time?
Trying to ignore it. If I get myself killed by a Hurlock, that's on me. If it's Assan, I just don't want to mess it up.
I think that's where trust comes in. That Turlum idea you keep talking about? Trust Assan to find his way. Don't force things.
He's headstrong.
Good thing you are too.
Right. Thanks for the chat.
Do not feel invested in this at all. Like, I don't think... I don't know. It doesn't feel that deep. Like, I'd feel weird if we had that same conversation around my barbarian origins. Message from the front, the fight for the south. Rook, though the circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen, I'm glad we did meet. I'd heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke and continues to speak highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morrigan. She always had a knack for spotting those who might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. So it's she who has suggested we meet, and as always, heeding her counsel proved to be the wisest decision. Unfortunately, I send grim tidings. The echoes of Solus's ritual and the escape of the gods ring across the south, and the smell of war is heavy in the air. An Orlais, a splinter faction of the nobility, has made common cause with the Venatori and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlais and the border keeps of Ferelden. Anthem corsairs harass shipping out of Ostwick, and in the far southern wilds, Blight has emerged once more. Darkspawn in greater numbers have been spotted near the ruins of Ostagar. I'd have told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I share this news not to ask for help, but to remind you that you and your people are not alone. The gods stir up the greatest evil in Thedas, yet its people stand stalwart and resolute. Take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself. When this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First rounds on me.